Today we will talk about this very interesting topic of people pleasing versus self-serving. So when we talk about people pleasing, we tend to think like, women, we are social creature. We prefer being in a community of women where we feel supported. And very often we tend to inclinate ourselves to want to make sure that we are well liked by everyone and nobody hates us. So there's a very high tendency for us to want to make sure everyone is happy by sacrificing our needs and our wants and going with everybody else's request. But at the same time, having been in Lifebook, we know that a lot of work we have to kind of do it within ourselves first, like define our wants and our values, our premises, our goals. And in the eyes of others, that may be seen as, we are very selfish, self-serving. We do not care about the feeling of others in that sense. So Christy, maybe you would like to share with us, how do you see people-pleasing and self-serving, and how do we balance these two different conflicting characteristics?
Yeah, well, on a really practical level, one of the things I look for now to make this easier is ways that I can be kind and contribute that don't mean I'm losing out in some way. So I'm looking for win-win situations all the time.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because I don't think it has to mean if I'm taking care of myself over here, I've got to lose out over there. I think we can look for ways to do both. And as long as I'm finding ways to contribute and to be kind and do things for other people in a way that I'm comfortable with, it makes it feel a lot easier for me when I have to say no to other things, because I feel content within myself that, no, I'm character-wise, I'm good. Like I know I'm a good person by my own definition. So I'm okay just saying no over there, even if they might not like that. And I also come back to it's a boundary thing again. When there's that urge to agree to things, to please others, that doesn't really, feel right. It's a practice. It's a muscle that you have to build up. And I'm always working on this, just pausing before I say yes or no, but just pausing and not going with that reflex to agree in order to make someone else happy in the moment and then regretting it later. So that's how I'm working with that one right now.
I remember you mentioned in our last event that you have this little trick that whenever you want to make time for self-care or to do something for yourself, you will also in tandem plan an activity for Daddy-Daughter Day.
Yeah.
So in that way, you are still serving their needs because, you still make sure that they are having fun, their needs are being met, they are still having that parent-child time, and then you get to have your own time away.
Yeah, absolutely. And it works beautifully. And other ways I do this, like if it's with my husband, I'm just constantly looking for ways that I can encourage him to do things that top him up and make him feel good and give him a testosterone fix or whatever, adrenaline, whatever he needs. It's not even impacting me regardless, right? But it just helps him so much to know that I'm supportive and encouraging that, so that when it comes time for me to do something for myself, he wants to give back to me. So it makes the whole experience just sort of seamless and mutually beneficial, even if it's not happening in parallel. But for weekends, I very often, if I need time for myself, I try to plan something for them at the same time and something they want to do. And it works like a charm.
Beautiful. So ladies, chime in the chat. Are there any tips or tricks that, you can actually make sure that you have that self-care in, and at the same time making sure that everyone else around you is happy at the same time? So let us know. We are very curious to hear.